Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to speak to you about destiny, your purpose, your path, and the undeniable signs that you are walking in the direction that God has set for your life. Because when you are on the right path, heaven will bear witness, the earth will respond, and your spirit will testify. Let me give you 5 powerful signs that you are moving in the right direction. A true calling will always stretch you beyond your comfort zone. If the vision in your heart is something you can accomplish on your own, then it is too small. The right path will always demand growth, expansion, and transformation. It will push you to think bigger, to believe beyond what you see, and to trust in what is unseen. When you are truly walking in the direction of your purpose, you will find yourself confronted with dreams that feel impossible in your own strength. That is because true purpose does not rely on human ability alone. It is fueled by divine strength. Many people hesitate to pursue their calling because they measure it against their current resources, skills, or qualifications. They look at their limitations rather than the limitless power of God. But the right path will always be beyond what you can currently handle. It will force you to depend on something greater than yourself. This is why so many of the greatest leaders, visionaries, and pioneers in history were ordinary people who were given an extraordinary vision. They did not begin with all the resources, knowledge, or connections they needed, but they started anyway. That is the difference between those who fulfill their calling and those who stay stuck in mediocrity. Those who step into purpose are willing to trust the process, even when they feel unqualified. A vision that is truly from God will often feel overwhelming at first. It may seem too vast, too ambitious, or too far beyond what you think you can achieve. But that is exactly how you know it is right. When God calls you to something greater, He does not expect you to have all the answers in the beginning. He expects you to take the first step in faith. Every great achievement in life begins with uncertainty. No one who ever changed the world started with a perfect plan. They started with a deep conviction that they were meant for more. And that conviction was enough to push them forward, even when they didn't know how things would come together. Another sign that you are on the right path is that your vision keeps growing. The more you align yourself with your purpose, the more clarity you gain. At first, you may only see the bigger picture in glimpses, but over time, details begin to unfold. Opportunities arise that you never expected. People come into your life who help you get to the next level. Doors open that you never could have opened on your own. This is because when you are on the right path, purpose has a way of attracting provision. The size of your vision also determines the level of your challenges. If your dreams are small, your battles will be small. But if your purpose is great, expect great resistance. This is why those who are truly walking in destiny often face the greatest obstacles. The weight of a big vision comes with big tests. But the good news is that God never gives you a vision without also giving you the strength to carry it. He does not call the qualified, He qualifies the called. So if you feel like the path ahead is too difficult, that is not a sign to quit. It is a sign that you are exactly where you need to be. Many people spend their whole lives waiting for the perfect moment to begin. They wait until they feel ready. But readiness is an illusion. No one ever feels fully prepared to step into something bigger than themselves. If you are waiting for all the details to be in place before you move, you will be waiting forever. The truth is, you become ready as you walk. Growth happens in the process, not before it. Every great achievement begins with one decision to start. The right path will also force you to think differently. It will challenge the way you see yourself. It will push you beyond old mindsets, past limitations, and outdated beliefs. Many times the greatest barrier to fulfilling our destiny is not external circumstances, but internal doubt. The battle is in the mind. If you cannot see yourself achieving it, you never will. This is why renewing your mind is crucial. You must begin to see yourself the way God sees you capable. equipped, and anointed for the task ahead. As you continue on the right path, you will notice something powerful happening. The vision inside you will begin to inspire others. True purpose is contagious. When you step into what you were created for, you unknowingly give others permission to do the same. People will be drawn to the fire inside you, not because of what you have, but because of what you carry. Purpose has an energy to it, and when you are on the right path, that energy is undeniable. So if the dream in your heart feels too big, too impossible, or too far beyond your ability good, that means you are on the right track. Do not let fear keep you from moving forward. The size of your vision is not a reason to retreat. It is proof that God is calling you higher. Step into it. Trust the process. Keep walking. Because the right path will always lead you to who you were born to be. When you are walking in your purpose, resistance will come. Challenges will rise, setbacks will occur, and obstacles will stand in your way. But one of the greatest signs that you are on the right path is that despite the opposition, you keep moving forward. Purpose is never a smooth road. Every great assignment comes with battles, and every dream worth pursuing will be tested. The enemy does not attack what does not threaten him, which means if you are facing resistance, it is likely because you are stepping into something significant. Many people assume that difficulty means they are going in the wrong direction, but the truth is often the opposite. Look at history. Every great leader, every world changer, and every pioneer had to overcome intense adversity. Whether it was rejection, failure, criticism, or even personal doubts, they all faced moments where quitting seemed easier than continuing. But what separated them from the rest was their decision to keep going in spite of the hardship. The right path is not determined by how easy it is, but by how committed you are to walking it. Opposition comes in many forms. Sometimes it is external people doubting you, circumstance not aligning, or unexpected delays slowing you down. Other times the battle is internal fear, insecurity, and the voice inside your head telling you that you are not good enough. But opposition is not a stop sign. It is a test. It is designed to see if you truly believe in the vision you are pursuing. If you allow resistance to push you back, it means you were never fully convinced of your purpose in the first place. But if you stand firm, if you keep moving despite the struggle, it proves that you are serious about what you are called to do. One of the most deceptive lies is that if something is meant for you, it will come easily. But nothing of value is ever handed over without effort. Every great achievement requires persistence. Diamonds are formed under pressure. Gold is refined by fire, and strong people are built through trials. If you are facing challenges, it does not mean you are failing, it means you are growing. Every time you push past an obstacle, you develop resilience. Every time you overcome doubt, your faith gets stronger. Every time you refuse to quit, you step deeper into the person you are meant to become. Think about how nature operates. When a tree grows, it does not avoid the wind, it strengthens itself against it. The same wind that could break a weak tree is what makes a strong tree even stronger. The resistance is what deepens its roots. The same is true for you. The more resistance you face, the stronger you become. The challenges are not there to destroy you, they are there to prepare you. They are training you for the level you are stepping into. Sometimes the greatest battle is not even in the obstacles themselves, but in how you perceive them. Many people see difficulty and immediately assume they are on the wrong path. But the reality is that difficulty is part of the journey. If you expect the road to be easy, you will give up at the first sign of hardship. But if you understand that trials are part of the process, you will not be shaken when they come. Instead of retreating, you will stand firm. Instead of being discouraged, you will push forward with even greater determination. One of the most powerful traits of those who fulfill their calling is that they refuse to stop. They do not wait for motivation. They do not need applause. They do not depend on external validation. They move forward regardless of how they feel. Even when things are not going their way, Even when they are tired, even when the doors seem closed, they keep moving. And that persistence is what eventually leads to breakthrough. Many people quit too soon. They give up right before their breakthrough, right before the doors were about to open. But if you could see what was waiting for you just beyond the obstacle, you would never think of quitting. The struggle is often a sign that you are close. The hardest battles come right before the greatest victories. The moments when you feel the most exhausted are often the moments when you are closest to the breakthrough. If you are on the right path, you will face resistance, but the key is to keep moving anyway. You may stumble, but do not stop. You may feel discouraged, but do not give up. Every great success story is a story of perseverance. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail is not talent, intelligence, or even resources. It is the decision to keep going. So when you face opposition, do not see it as a reason to quit. See it as confirmation that you are on the right path. Because if what you were doing did not matter, there would be no fight against it. But the fact that there is resistance means that what you are doing is significant. Keep walking. Keep believing. Keep pushing forward. Because no amount of opposition can stop the person who refuses to quit. When you are on the right path, one of the clear signs is that provision follows you. There's a divine order in the universe. And when you align yourself with your true purpose, the right resources, connections, and opportunities will begin to appear. This does not mean that everything will happen instantly or that you will never experience lack, but it does mean that what you need will come when you need it. Many people hesitate to pursue their calling because they do not see how things will come together. They look at their bank account, their network, or their current circumstances and assume they are not ready. But purpose does not work that way. You don't receive the provision before you move, you receive it as you move. Too often, people wait for everything to be perfectly in place before they step out in faith, but that is not how destiny works. The path unfolds as you walk it. Provision does not always come in the way you expect. Sometimes it comes through people you never imagined helping you. Sometimes it comes through unexpected opportunities or doors that suddenly open. And sometimes it comes through challenges that force you to grow and adapt in ways you never thought possible. But one thing is certain, when you are truly on the right path, the resources you need will find you. Consider how nature operates. Birds do not store food in barns, yet they always have enough to eat. The trees do not worry about where their next season's rain will come from, yet the water always comes in its due time. This is the principle of provision. When you are in alignment with your purpose, you will always have what you need for the next step. It may not be in excess, it may not come all at once, but it will always be enough to keep you moving forward. Many people mistakenly think that provision means an abundance of resources from the beginning, but divine provision often works in stages. When you start, you may only have the bare minimum, just enough to take the first step. But as you continue walking in obedience, more will be provided. The right people will cross your path, the right opportunities will arise, and the necessary resources will come. The key is to trust the process and keep moving forward, even when you don't see everything yet. History is full of stories of people who stepped out with nothing but faith, and along the way, everything they needed was provided. Great leaders, entrepreneurs, and visionaries rarely started with all the resources they needed. They started with a belief in their vision, and the provision followed as they remained committed to their path. The same principle applies to anyone walking in their divine assignment. If you are waiting for everything to be in place before you start, you will be waiting forever. The right path requires trust that what you need will come as you continue. Another sign of divine provision is favor. Favor is when doors open that you could not have opened on your own. It is when you meet the right person at the right time, when opportunities align perfectly, or when unexpected help arrives just when you need it. Favor is not something you can manipulate or manufacture. It is a direct result of walking in your purpose. When you are on the right path, things begin to shift in your favor. Not because of luck, but because you are in divine alignment. One of the greatest mistakes people make is thinking they have to chase provision. They think they have to struggle, manipulate, or force things to happen. But when you are truly walking in purpose, you do not chase provision, provision chases you. Your role is to stay focused, stay faithful, and keep moving forward. The right resources will come at the right time, often in ways you never expected. However, provision does not mean there will never be moments of struggle. There will be seasons where things feel tight, where you wonder if you have enough to continue. But these moments are not meant to stop you, they are meant to test your faith. Will you trust that what you need is coming, or will you retreat in fear? Those who persevere, who remain faithful to their calling, even when provision seems uncertain, are the ones who ultimately experience the greatest breakthroughs. It is also important to recognize the difference between wants and needs. Sometimes people think they are lacking provision when in reality they have everything they need for this stage of the journey. Provision comes in alignment with purpose, not personal comfort. You may not have everything you want, but you will always have what you need. The key is to recognize and appreciate what has already been provided while trusting that more will come in due time. When you are on the right path, you will see evidence of divine provision. The right resources, connections, and opportunities will appear at just the right moments. It may not always come in the way you expect, but it will always be enough to keep you moving forward. Your job is to walk in faith, take action, and trust that everything you need will be provided as you go. Provision follows vision. And when you are truly aligned with your purpose, you will never lack what is necessary to fulfill it. There is a kind of peace that cannot be explained, the deep inner assurance that tells you, even in the middle of uncertainty, that you are exactly where you need to be. This peace is not based on circumstances, nor is it dependent on everything going smoothly. It is an unshakable calm that remains even when the storms of life try to shake your confidence. When you are on the right path, you will experience this kind of peace, not because there is no struggle, but because there is a knowing deep within you that you are walking in alignment with your purpose. Many people confuse with comfort. They assume that if they are on the right path, everything should be easy, effortless, and free of challenges. But true peace is not the absence of difficulty. It is the presence of certainty in the midst of difficulty. When you are truly walking in purpose, even when things are tough, even when the road is unclear, there is a quiet confidence that keeps you moving forward. It is the kind of peace that lets you sleep at night even when you don't have all the answers. It is the kind of peace that allows you to take risks others are afraid to take, because you know deep down that you are moving in the right direction. One of the biggest signs that you are on the right path is that despite the noise around you, your spirit is at rest. There may be moments of doubt, moments where challenges arise and fear tries to creep in, but that deep assurance never fully leaves. It is the still small voice within you that says, keep going, this is right, you are on the right track. This peace does not mean there will never be struggles. In fact, the right path often comes with great challenges. But there is a difference between the stress that comes from walking the wrong path and the peace that remains even when facing difficulties on the right one. When you are not aligned with your purpose, even small problems feel heavy. And no matter how much success you achieve, there is an underlying restlessness. But when you are on the right path, even in seasons of uncertainty, there is a settledness in your heart. This peace is also a guiding force. Many people try to make decisions purely based on logic, external opinions, or what seems most practical. But there are moments in life when the most logical choice does not bring peace, while a seemingly risky or unconventional choice does. This is because peace is often a stronger indicator of the right path than logic alone. If you ever find yourself making a decision that looks good on paper but feels heavy in your spirit, that is a sign to pause. But if you make a decision that seems uncertain yet fills you with an unexplainable calm, that is often a sign that you are headed in the right direction. This is why it is so important to be in tune with your inner self. Many people ignore the signs of peace and restlessness because they are too distracted by external noise. They listen to everyone else's opinions, they let fear dictate their choices, and they allow temporary setbacks to make them doubt their direction. But when you learn to quiet the noise and truly listen, you will realize that peace is one of the clearest indicators of divine alignment. There are times when peace may not come immediately. You may step into something new and feel uncertain at first. But as you continue, if it is the right path, peace will settle in. You will begin to notice that despite the challenges, there is no desire to turn back. There is no regret, no deep sense of unease, just a quiet assurance that you are exactly where you need to be. Peace is also what allows you to endure the waiting season. When you are on the right path, there will be moments when progress seems slow, when things do not unfold as quickly as you hoped. But peace allows you to be patient because you trust that everything is happening in its right time. Instead of being anxious about the future, you learn to rest in the knowledge that what is meant for you will not pass you by. Another sign that you are on the right path is that even when difficulties arise, you do not feel the need to force things. When you are walking in the wrong direction, everything feels like a struggle. You feel drained, frustrated, and constantly stressed. But when you are on the right path, even the hard work feels meaningful. You may be busy, but you are not burned out. You may face challenges, but you do not feel like giving up. There is a flow to your life, a sense that things are coming together, even if you cannot see the full picture yet. This peace does not come from external success, nor does it come from having everything figured out. It comes from knowing deep down that you are exactly where you need to be. It is a peace that cannot be shaken by setbacks, criticism, or delays. It is a peace that remains even when everything around you is uncertain. And when you have that kind of peace, you can move forward with confidence, knowing that you are on the right path. When you are on the right path, one of the clearest signs is that your personal growth accelerates. You begin to develop in ways you never expected, and challenges that once seemed overwhelming become stepping stones for your next level. The right path does not leave you stagnant. It forces you to grow, stretch, and evolve into the person you were created to be. Growth is often uncomfortable. It requires stepping out of familiar territory, pushing past limitations, and embracing the unknown. Many people resist growth because it demands change, but the truth is that no one can fulfill their purpose without it. The right path will challenge your thinking, expand your capacity, and force you to develop skills you never thought you would need. It will put you in situations that make you uncomfortable, not to harm you, but to prepare you. One of the biggest signs that you are growing is that things that once intimidated you no longer have the same power over you. Conversations that once made you nervous become easier. Responsibilities that once felt overwhelming start to feel natural. You begin to handle situations with greater wisdom and confidence, not because life gets easier, but because you are getting stronger. The right path is like a refining process. It stretches you, but it also shapes you into a better version of yourself. This growth does not happen by accident. When you are walking in alignment with your purpose, you will be exposed to new challenges that require new levels of thinking. You will meet people who stretch your perspective, and you will be placed in situations that require you to develop new abilities. The things you used to avoid, public speaking, leadership, decision making, taking risks, will suddenly become necessary parts of your journey. And in the beginning, it may feel overwhelming, but if you keep pushing forward, you will realize that the very challenges you once feared are the same things making you stronger. One of the greatest indicators of growth is discomfort. Many people assume that discomfort means something is wrong, But in reality, discomfort is a sign that you are moving forward. When you are truly growing, there will be moments where you feel out of place, unqualified, or even afraid. But these are not signs to turn back. They are signs that you are stepping into something greater. If you only stay in places that feel comfortable, you will never grow beyond where you are. Think about how muscles are built. If you only lift light weights, your strength will never increase. But if you push yourself to lift more than before, your muscles will tear and rebuild stronger than they were. The same is true for personal growth. The challenges you face on the right path may feel like they are breaking you, but in reality, they are building you. Every time you overcome a challenge, your confidence grows. Every time you push past fear, your faith increases. Every time you step into something new, you expand your capacity for what is possible. Growth also requires shedding old habits, mindsets, and relationships that no longer serve your purpose. When you are on the right path, you will find that certain patterns of thinking no longer fit where you are going. The fears that used to hold you back will start to lose their grip. The people who once influenced you may no longer align with your direction. This is not a sign of arrogance or selfishness. It is a natural part of elevation. You cannot take everyone and everything with you when you grow. Some things must be left behind so that you can step into the fullness of your calling. Another sign of growth is that your perspective shifts. You begin to see setbacks as lessons rather than failures. You stop waiting for opportunities and start creating them. You no longer seek validation from others because you know who you are and where you are going. The right path does not just change your external circumstances, it transforms who you are on the inside. You start to think differently, speak differently, and move differently because you are becoming the person you were meant to be. Growth also comes with increased responsibility. When you are on the right path, you will be entrusted with more influence, more opportunities, more challenges. Some people think they want success, but they are not prepared for the responsibility that comes with it. The right path does not just give you blessings, it equips you to handle them. Every challenge, every lesson, every test is preparing you for the weight of your purpose. If you cannot handle small challenges now, how will you handle greater ones later? If you cannot manage little, how will you be trusted with much? At times, growth can feel isolating. When you are on the right path, you may find that few people understand your journey. The conversations that once interested you may no longer excite you. The distractions that once entertained you may now feel like a waste of time. This is not because you are becoming arrogant, it is because you are evolving. When a tree grows taller, its roots go deeper. When an eagle learns to fly higher, it leaves behind the birds that cannot reach the same heights. Your growth will require you to rise above certain things, and not because you are better than others, but because your purpose demands it. The right path will never leave you the same. It will stretch you, challenge you, and push you beyond what you thought was possible. It will force you to develop new strengths, break old limitations, and step into greater levels of wisdom and maturity. Growth is not always comfortable, but it is always necessary. And when you look back, you will realize that every challenge, every sun, and every stretch was preparing you for what was ahead. If you find yourself growing mentally, emotionally, spiritually, know that you are on the right path. If you are being stretched, if you are stepping out of your comfort zone, if you are becoming stronger and wiser, it is a sign that you are exactly where you need to be. Do not resist the process. Embrace the growth because it is leading you to your destiny. As you continue on the journey of pursuing your purpose, one of the clearest and most profound signs that you are on the right path is the fulfillment that comes with it. Fulfillment is not just about achieving success, accumulating wealth, or attaining external accomplishments. True fulfillment comes from the deep sense of meaning and alignment you experience when you are in harmony with your purpose. It is the quiet joy that arises from knowing you are doing exactly what you are meant to do, regardless of external recognition or circumstances. For many people, The pursuit of external success or societal approval can be intoxicating. They work tirelessly, striving for the next achievement or milestone, believing that when they finally reach it, they will feel satisfied. But the truth is that external success, while fulfilling in some ways, often does not bring lasting happiness. When you are on the right path, however, fulfillment is not something you chase. It is something that flows from within. The moment you align with your true purpose, there is a peace and contentment that arises, not because everything is perfect, but because you know you are fulfilling the reason you were put on this earth. This fulfillment does not come from seeking approval from others. In fact, when you are walking in your purpose, you may find that external recognition becomes less important. People may not always understand or appreciate your journey, and the world may not celebrate your every step, but the joy you feel inside is what matters most. When you are doing what you were created to do, you will find that your sense of fulfillment is not contingent upon praise or applause. It is rooted in your internal alignment with your calling. Even on days when the world feels heavy, you will have an inner sense of satisfaction because you know you are in the right place. Fulfillment also brings a sense of clarity. You begin to see your path more clearly, and the decisions you once struggled with become easier. When you are on the right path, your vision becomes sharper. What once seemed uncertain now feels certain. You begin to make decisions with greater confidence because you know that each step is leading you closer to the life you are meant to live. There is no longer the nagging sense of wondering if you are wasting time or missing out. You understand that everything you are doing is part of the greater picture. And this knowledge fills you with a profound sense of purpose. Additionally, fulfillment helps you to focus on what truly matters. When you are aligned with your purpose, you become less distracted by the trivial things that pull at your attention. People who are walking in their purpose tend to have a laser focus on their goals because they know what they are doing is significant. The pressures of keeping up with trends, competing with others, or seeking validation fall away, and you are left with a deep understanding of what truly matters in your life. The right path allows you to let go of the distractions and focus on the tasks and relationships that align with your highest calling. One of the most powerful aspects of fulfillment is that it gives you the energy to keep going. When you are doing what you were born to do, the work no longer feels like work. You may put in long hours or face difficult challenges, but the fulfillment that comes from doing your purpose makes it all worthwhile. Even on days when you are tired, discouraged, or unsure, the internal fulfillment you feel will give you the strength to continue. The passion and satisfaction that come from walking in your purpose will propel you forward, even when external rewards seem far off. This fulfillment energizes you because it aligns with your deepest desires and values, making it easier to press on in the face of adversity. Fulfillment expands your capacity to give to others. When you are walking in your purpose, you are not just focused on what you can get from life, you are also deeply attuned to how you can give. Fulfillment comes from knowing that your existence is contributing to the greater good. You start to see your life as a gift to others, and this realization fills you with a sense of responsibility. The joy that comes from fulfilling your purpose leads to a desire to share that joy, knowledge, or resources with others. The more fulfilled you feel, the more generous you become, because you understand that your success is intertwined with the success of those around you. You no longer see life as a competition, but as a shared journey where everyone can thrive. Fulfillment deepens your connection with yourself and others. When you are aligned with your purpose, your relationships often deepen as well. You become more authentic in your interactions because you are no longer pretending to be someone you are not. Your confidence in your own identity allows you to connect with others on a more meaningful level. You attract people who resonate with your purpose. And these relationships are based on mutual respect, understanding, and shared vision. Fulfillment brings clarity not only to your own life, but also to the way you relate to others. True fulfillment comes from knowing that you are walking the path that was designed specifically for you. It is an internal satisfaction that arises when you are aligned with your values, passions, and purpose. It transcends external achievements and is rooted in the deeper sense of meaning that comes from being true to yourself and your calling. When you are on the right path, fulfillment will not only be a feeling you occasionally experience, it will become a constant driving force that propels you forward regardless of the external circumstances. This fulfillment is not something that can be taken away because it is rooted in the very core of who you are. It is the sign that you are on the right path, and it will guide you through every step of your journey. In conclusion, the journey toward fulfilling your purpose is not always smooth, but the signs that you are on the right path are undeniable. When you align with your true purpose, you will experience a sense of clarity and direction, a deep inner peace that sustains you even through challenges, and an acceleration in your personal growth. You will see the provision you need showing up in unexpected ways, and you will find that fulfillment is no longer something you chase, but something that flows naturally from within. The path may not always be easy, and there will be moments of doubt and difficulty, but the key is to keep moving forward. Trust in the process, have faith in your purpose, and embrace the growth that comes with it. As you continue to walk in alignment with your calling, you will find that your life becomes filled with meaning, impact, and fulfillment beyond anything you could have imagined. Remember, the signs of being on the right path are not always loud and obvious, but they are always present. The clarity, peace, growth, provision, and fulfillment you experience are the markers that you are exactly where you need to be. So trust yourself, stay focused, and continue on the path that has been uniquely designed for you. Your purpose is waiting for you to step into it. And as you do, you will not only change your life, you will change the lives of those around you.